Hello friends, I am an English teacher and this is my channel. Today we are going to read a story called The Wind and the Sun. This story is taken from a collection of stories called Aesop's Fables. You might have heard some of these stories before, like The Tortoise and the Hare or The Boy Who Cried Wolf. These stories were written down by someone named Aesop a very long time ago, and they are still being told today because they have a lesson for us. They teach us about life. So let's listen to the story now. Once upon a time, there was a big argument between the wind and the sun. They argued back and forth about who was stronger. The wind said that she was stronger because she could blow down trees and shake the leaves off the branches. The sun said that he was stronger because he could make the trees bear fruit and ripen the grain. They argued like this for a long time, and neither of them would stop and think about whether they really were stronger. One day, the wind and the sun met a man walking under the tree. He was wearing a thick winter jacket. They decided to make a contest to see who could remove his jacket first. The wind thought it would be easy for her. She started blowing hard against the man. She made the tree branches hit his head, and she turned the weather cold. But every time she made him feel cold, the man just zipped up his jacket a bit more. The wind was very upset. She couldn't believe that she had been unable to unbutton even one button. After she had been trying for a long time, she gave up and flew away. Then it was the sun's turn. He wanted to win the contest, so he shone his light on the man. As the sun warmed the man, he felt comfortable and relaxed. When the sun's light hit his face, he smiled. He took off his jacket and hung it on a nearby tree branch. The sun continued to warm the earth, and the man sat happily under the tree until evening. The sun won the contest, and the wind had to admit that the sun was stronger. At the end of the story, there is a moral or a lesson. This story teaches us that gentleness and kindness are stronger than force and violence. Think about the story for a moment. Which do you think is more powerful, the wind or the sun? Why, that's right, it's the sun. And why is she more powerful? Because she is more gentle and kind. When the wind blew against the man, she did it with force. She didn't care if he was hurt or uncomfortable. She just wanted to take his jacket off. But the sun was more clever. He didn't use any force. He simply warmed the man and made him feel comfortable. In the end, he won the contest without hurting anyone. Now we are going to talk about the story in more detail. Before we do that, please remember to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any of my videos. Also remember to click the thumbs up button if you like this story. Now let's talk about the story. You can tell from the first paragraph that the wind and the sun are very proud. They think that they are both strong and important. Have you ever met someone like this? They always want to show how strong or smart they are. The wind thinks that she is stronger because she can change the weather. She can blow down trees and take the leaves off the branches. Can you think of any other things that the wind can do? Ask your partner, or write it in the comments section below. The sun also thinks that he is strong. He says that he makes the trees bear fruit and the grain ripen. Do you know what grain is? Grain is the seeds from plants like wheat, rice, or corn. The sun gives light and warmth to the earth. Without the sun's light and warmth, nothing would grow. Both the wind and the sun think that they are important and strong, but they never think about other people. They don't think about how their behavior affects other people. Then they meet a man and they decide to make a contest. They want to find out who is stronger. How do they decide to find out who is stronger? By seeing who can remove this man's jacket first. The wind goes first. She blows against the man, but no matter what she does, the man doesn't take off his jacket. In fact, he just zips it up more tightly. Do you know why? Because the man wants to win the contest too. He wants the sun to win, not the wind. So whenever the wind makes him feel cold, he puts his jacket button back up. The wind tries and tries, but she can't unbutton even one button. Then it is the sun's turn. What do you think he should do? What do you think the sun's strategy is? Well, if you think about it, you will realize that he can't blow against the man or make the weather colder. Those things would only make the man put his jacket on more tightly. So the sun does the opposite. He warms the man. As the sun warms the man, he feels comfortable. He feels so comfortable that he takes off his jacket. But then there is a problem. Where should he put his jacket? There is a tree with some branches near him, so he hangs his jacket on the branches. Then the sun continues to warm the earth. The man sits under the tree and relaxes until evening. The sun wins the contest. Now let's think about the characters in the story. What does the story tell us about the wind? What does it tell us about the sun? Yes, that's right. The wind is not very nice. She is rude and she is unkind. She wants to show how strong she is, but she doesn't care if the man gets hurt or not. On the other hand, the sun is kind and thoughtful. He cares about other people. He doesn't use his power to hurt the man. Instead, he helps the man feel comfortable. At the end of the story, the sun wins the contest, not because he is powerful, but because he is more gentle and kind. This story teaches us an important lesson. It teaches us that the most powerful force in the world is love. Love is more powerful than anger, hate, fear, or jealousy. When the wind tried to remove the man's jacket, she was angry and she was impatient. But when the sun tried to remove the man's jacket, he was kind and patient. His behavior changed the man's behavior. If you want to be successful at something, you must be patient. You must think about the needs of other people. You must put other people first. When you read stories, ask yourself, what does this story teach us? What message does it have? Stories have been part of human culture since ancient times. People tell stories to pass on their history and their traditions from one generation to another. Stories also help us learn lessons. Aesop's fables are a great example of this. Each story has a lesson. Let's read the lesson together. What is the lesson of this story? It is this: gentleness and kindness are more powerful than force and violence. Now try to remember this lesson. Try to apply it to your life. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment. I love reading your comments. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. I will see you next time.